Good afternoon, Federico Ferrante here from Azimut Grande Americas, and we are today in beautiful sunny Florida on the brand new Azimut 26 meter. We're very excited because this is actually the third unit we bring to the United States, but we haven't been able to find the right timing with the other two. They came in and got delivered to their owner, and so we're waiting since a while. So it's a very exciting day. We'll go all through the entire boat as usual, as customary in our videos. Is 2:40 p.m. so it's very hot. I think we will start with the interior and then we'll come back here and go through all these details that you see that are extremely significant. But we try to move away from the heat, and we go inside first, and then afterwards we come on the outside. Don't worry. So, Josh, why don't you walk in and welcome to the brand new Azimut 26 meters. As you have probably already understood, interior design is Achille Salvagni at his best. You can recognize it from the unmistakable touches and look and design. The main wood that we have here are oaks on this light brown side. This is a Thai oak, which is paired in a typical Achille Salvagni way to 100% mahogany. And for this specific unit, they have selected a full oak floor with the black line details, which resemble the exterior teak decking, but this is actual noble oak. We'll go through the boat as usual in details. You will appreciate the exterior by the images. I will comment some details here and there, but we'll also go through a lot of the backstage, a lot of the technical details and construction information, design information, starting, for instance, from storage. Storage is never enough. It's something that our customers ask to get in any way possible. So here we start with this spacious cabinet, which is, of course, shelves, but also incorporate technical spaces. So under there, you see from those grills, is the first of many air conditioning units, which are easily accessible. You will see that through the entire boat, you will be able to access all the air conditioning systems with the removing panels with no tools. That is the air conditioning system unit. And under this panel right here, once you lift it, there is the fan coil and the filter. So very easy to clean, very easy to access, service, and maintain. So we move here, this beautiful piece of cabinet, again, 100% mahogany. So look at the look with the light. Look at the quality of this piece of wood. And here you have other convenient storage. And then you have technical space. And this is the subwoofer for the Salon audio-video system. Audio-video system that on this boat is actually fantastic. So we'll go through the details also of the audio-video system. This is the US spec. So it's a very comprehensive audio-video system. Another cabinet here, two nice shelves. Now they're fulfilled with the remote controls and controls for the curtains and so on and so forth. And then you have your control switches and your air conditioning control panel. And this is actually a very conveniently located button that you can see here to lower the television. So when you want to watch TV, you take it down. Through the press of the button, you watch your favorite movie, but then when you're done, you bring it back up in order to obstruct the beautiful view that you get from this immense panoramic window. So you have noticed, and you know that on Azimut, we try to hide the television as much as we can. So that's why this will completely disappear into the ceiling. Moving on, we have this beautiful corner with Italian leather hand stitch and other convenient storage baskets for miscellaneous that the owner or crew will put in this basket, but they are very refined, very typical Italian design. Then moving on, we talk about the windows. This boat is probably outgoing as far as windows. I always say that interesting fact on the bill of material of a yacht, the most expensive line item is the engines. The engine package is the most expensive line item. The second one, at least on Azimut, given the quality, unique shapes, and very low volume, is the window kit. Our windows kit is the second most expensive line item on the bill of material of a yacht. And you will see also from the exterior, the 26 meter has so much windows and they're so unique shape that they are simply phenomenal. Here in the Salon, look, you can appreciate there's 4 symmetric, perfectly enormous windows, which obviously bring a nature hand wherever you are. We have other details which are probably on the technical side, but again, air conditioning is everywhere. This is a air conditioning access panel, which are, again, easily removable, no tools, access to service air conditioning systems, and then put it back in place. This is more work for the crew, but of course, it's very important to have a system accessible. We'll look at the engine room, which is fantastic as well from that perspective. And so we go through these details. Well, dining for 10. This is the interior dining. We'll look at the other 2 dining options that we have on the exterior later. But dining for 10. And another interesting point that you will see through the 26 meters is actually the lights. These units specifically have both our interior and exterior luxury lighting package, which basically consists of an additional lights which are designed by Achille Salvagni for the Azimut 26 meter, for instance, as this dining chandelier. This is designed by Achille for the 26 meters, not something that you can buy in a store or off the shelf. You need to basically buy the boat to get the chandelier. It's a joke, but to get you the sense. Another piece from Achille, it's better if you stay there, Josh, because this bulkhead is double purpose. Typically on yachts, this will be a plain, flat bulkhead, much cheaper and easier to build, and then you stick a piece of art on it. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, some are nice. Achille's vision on all the models that he designed for us was that he wants the bulkhead to become the piece of art. And that's why he's made with the contrast in wood, so the oak versus the lacquered, and then has this very difficult to fabricate and make curved surfaces, right? So these become the entertaining piece. This becomes the piece of art which blend with the rest of the boat, and also has some technical features, because by just sliding it, if you want, you create a very convenient access to the galley, which could be used either to pass food from the galley to the dining, or to have involvement. If you are a family, for instance, like we are, where we like to cook, I would love this to always be open and be able to be at least part of what's going on in the salon and dining. So again, and once you are done, or if you're cooking something that smells or makes noise, you just close this bulkhead. Of course, for navigation purposes, there is a lock hidden right there, so this will never slide open during navigation as long as you remember to close it. And then I think while we talk about it, probably, well, before going to the galley, a couple of details. One is a very, very important, and is something that on 26 meter is been very, very difficult to make. Of course, the main challenge on this boat was to make it 5 cabins, and we'll see how we handle that. But also, another point was the day head. To have a day head on main deck in 26 meters with 5 cabin and a master on the main deck has been very, very challenging, and this came out very perfectly fine, very good sizing for guests coming on board, need to wash their hands, go to the head. This is a makeup, mirror, has everything you need, a door to close it, privacy, and the perfect size, so we have been able to fit it. Once you don't use it, you close this door, it disappears. Here we have other storage clever solution, and look at this. This is a very clever use of space. So all your china is here, including your espresso cup, Azimut branded, of course, as everything else. And of course, all the retaining wood poles are wrapped in neoprene to avoid noise and rattling. But then you also have the wine cooler beneath. So this is your china and wine cooler station, of course, with independent doors. And while we are here, we walk into the galley. Galley, which has a tremendous amount of space, storage, and features. This, of course, synthetic look, marble looking, but synthetic, obviously, so extremely resistant, both countertops. And so nothing can hurt them. You can squeeze a lemon literally on this material, nothing will happen. And then we go through storage. So you have 3 very large cabinets here. And then on this unit, we actually selected a dishwasher. All the appliances are Miele brand, so German, best on the market. So you have a full 12 service dishwasher here. And then you have storage everywhere. So storage under the sink, that's your trash. Actually, another touch, American touch, is we have our incinerator, something that we are used to have in our home in the US. This is how you turn it on, off, with your air switch, and this is the American incinerator. And then moving on this side, we have, storage on the side of the hood, wherever was possible. This is the air channel to extract the air. Wood, cooktop, and oven, all 90 centimeters, which is the widest range that appliances make. So all extra size. Extra countertop for preparation. So you have obviously countertop here, but you can extend it very cleverly. So for extra preparation space. And then here you have your 2 drawers for your silverware, double drawer for silverware, and then an extra little drawer for other utensils like a bottle opener and so on and so forth. Then, of course, you have double drawer under the oven, where you also have the big pieces of the china which didn't fit in the other cabinet. Okay. And last but not least, a very clever use of space with 2 spices racks. And look at this. This is for all the stuff that you don't want to have around that kind of bother you to use other space. This was the perfect volume to create these 2 independent, so you don't have to open a big piece of cabinet. And, this is your spice racks. Refrigerator, full size, home size, residential size. This, you might wonder what it is. It's something very simple, very clever, and those are the things which works. It's a piece of acrylic which is designed to do what? To make sure that during navigation, in case you encounter bad weather, you put this in here, and now what? The refrigerator nor the freezer can open, nothing can go anywhere. So super clever solution, smart and clever. We go here, we close this door so we have a little bit better visibility. Here you have all your glasses. Here, champagne and water and glasses. And you have convenient shelves here. This is actually a curtain which goes and on the outside connects to a rack on the top out of this door, and that goes down so you can have shade or privacy. If you have guests coming in and out and there is food being prepared here, you can put the curtain out and you have full privacy. Nobody can see what is going on here. And as always, while we are at it, technical spaces. No tools with my 2 hands. I open, I remove this little panel. I can access my air conditioning unit right there to clean the filter. And I have an extra bonus storage right here, which of course can be filled with things that you don't necessarily need on a daily basis. But imagine bottled water, cans, and so on and so forth. You have an extra volume here that we finish so it can be used. And then with really the simplicity of the gesture, the panel goes back up. This, as I said, is the American unit, American version, if you wish. So here we have an extra freezer drawer, very convenient, very comfortable to access, with also a shelf here. And then you have an extra refrigerator. So this is the refrigeration capacity of this space, where we have a freezer, another refrigerator, and a residential size freezer refrigerator there. And then we'll see all the refrigeration of the exterior, main deck, as well as Flybridge. While we are here, actually, we take a shortcut and we're gonna go up here to the helm, which is a very interesting feature and gives exactly an idea of the very special design of this 26 meters. So we do the helm, and then you probably can see that we will go down that way and go to the owner suite in the bow. So while at the helm, first of all, what comes immediately to impact you is the visibility and the amount of light. First of all, please notice the main windshield, which is one piece. We talked about it before, how the glasses on our yachts is they're very, very sophisticated. They are done by a very unique company in Italy, which makes glasses only for yachts for a bunch of technical reasons that I don't want to bother you. But these are not glasses that you can buy from any residential building glass supplier. They're made for yachts, and they're made for the 26-meter Azimut in this instance. That's why they're so pricey. And this is the main helm. As you can see, full control, full navigation plotter that you can set as you wish. You have three 19 inches Raymarine systems. So on the 26-meter, we assign the navigation electronics to Raymarine, as well as monitoring system, and I'll show you where. And of course, you can set them up as you wish. And in this particular instance, we put the monitoring system in the middle, just to show you through the video what you can control, what you can do all from here. Right now, we find it in the air conditioning page, which is actually very good and convenient, because this shows, first of all, the main area. Now, the owner, wheelhouse, galley, and salon. So this is all the main deck. And then you press a button, and you go to the lower deck, and you get guest starboard, guest port, VIP starboard, VIP port, and also you can go down in the crew. But let's stay here while the purpose is actually the same, or let's go to the main deck. The convenience here is that you can set parameters on one control. Let's say that I want to decrease the wind defense speed. You see, I put it to 3, then I press sync, and look, all go to 3. So right now, you see, and you already feel the noise is less and the fan speed is lower. So without the need to go through the boat and press like back in the days that you need to go and set every single unit, here you can control your entire air conditioning system. Of course, you can put on and off your chiller. You have information, technical information, and values. For instance, the input water temperature, very, very important. You can set your temperature, of course. You can do fan only, heat, or cool. Right now we are in air conditioning, but all from here, you control the entire boat without the need to go anywhere. Now we go back from the start. This, of course, shows the design of the boat. It gives you also a very good idea of the amount of windows that are in a 26-meter. But this is your bilge control area and your alarm, if you wish. This is why we put it as page number 1. In case there is failure, this will light up. If stern nav light failed, this will light up and tell you that you have a failure on the nav light. And this is where you control all your bilge pumps. They are, of course, coming on in automatic if needed, or you can put it on manually by just touching the button here. Electricity is page number 2 in terms of priority. And this is where you can control the entire electrical system, basically, of the boat. Right now, the system is telling us that we are on shore power. This is the shore power layout and signaling. We have 2 shore power cord coming in, and we are powering bar A and bar B. We can start and stop either one of our generators. We have 2 32 kW Kohler generators on these 26 meters. And that's where you can also mix the power sources. You can have one bar fed by shore power cord and the other bar fed by the related generator. This is your DC power. So this is your batteries indication. So you have amperes draw, amperage charge, voltage. Like these right now are the only batteries we're using. We don't need this. Right now, the engines and generators are off. So this is why they're not lit. And this instead is the battery switch is closed. So we're using it. And it's telling us that we are charging 51 amps. We're using 51.6 amps. 27.3, 27.2 volts. Very healthy environment here on our service batteries. And this is your shore power control system. Navigation is actually where you control, the system which might affect you or you want to be aware of when you're navigating. First of all, your lights. So your navigation lights, anchor lights, red end lights for navigation at night, and also your levels. Goes without saying. Fuel gray water that you can set in automatic or put on by touching this button and putting on. The gray water pump discharge is the only one that you can leave in automatic at any time. Blackwater does not have an automatic feature. That will be illegal. So you need to put it on manually when you are at least 3 miles offshore. And then your fresh water level, engine room temperature, external temperature, and here you control your extractors and your fans in the engine room, okay? And your windlass. You turn on and off the power to your windlass. We look at the air conditioning page before, and this is actually very interesting. This is information about the propulsion system, which we will take a look deeply in the engine room. We'll talk about it, but this is a very innovative propulsion system. Is a brand new pod drives delivered by, designed by, ZF and Azimut in team. So this is the first a very innovative product which we have designed and put on the market together. Is the large pods, the 4600, which are paired to MAN 12V cylinders, 1550 horsepower. So this is why you have a page dedicated of all the information that you want to know when you are in navigation and you're using your control. This is where you get information about the pod, including, don't forget, the pods means that the boat does not have rudders. So the pods are steering. So that's why you want to have the pod angle information, the steering angle and the command angle. So it tells you what amount of steering you gave and where the pods are at that specific moment. And also by pressing this button here, you control completely you can do it all in automatic, auto list and auto trim, or you can play with the touchpad and adjust your trim, your list, and your pitch through this page right here. This is your setting where you go into here and you change your setting. We don't want to waste your time doing that now. So we go back to the beautiful picture of the 26 meter, and we can keep on taking a look at the helm. Well, very, very fully equipped. As I said, you have two helms. You have one on the Flybridge, of course. This is the main one. Look at the beauty of the control, for instance, of the new ZF pod system, designed by Giugiaro, which is a very talented design firm in Italy, which designed everything. Giugiaro started as a car designer, and now he has a brand which designs every kind of component, including this beautiful system. Look at this joystick. It's a piece of art. And so, of course, you have all the features that pods allow, including the skyhook feature. So when you press the button and the eye anchor is called in ZF, the boat stays where it's at, completely in automatic with the pods and the thruster, keeping the heading and the GPS crossing as you are used to see on the Volvo Penta IPS, for instance, system. So these offer exactly the same features and the same advantages. So very low vibration, very, very enhanced maneuverability. It's much easier to maneuver a boat with the pods than it is with the traditional propellers and rudders and levers. Very flat going up on plane, and more than anything, extremely efficient. So this 26 meter is part of our low emission yachts, which means that in order for a model to be acclaimed as such, it needs to burn at least 20% less fuel, therefore produce 20% less emission than an equivalent size yacht with a planning hull, a hard chine, and traditional propulsion. So on the 26 meters, between the pods, between the extensive use of carbon fiber, and between the hull design, we have been able to achieve a yacht which basically burn at least 20% less than it would have with a more traditional layout and traditional material as the competition. Without further ado, a little bit of a touch of technical space. These are part of the electrical system. So this is our DC, 24 volt DC panel, where you have all your breaker. I always like to also show, the quality of execution of this panel, because they really became pieces of art. Look at the way this is laid out. This is actually your Raymarine monitoring system that we saw there before. All those beautiful pages which allow us to control all the systems on board, they're right here. This is the black box of that. And this gives you an idea of the quality of execution. Of course, we provide paper as well as digital electrical diagram with every boat, and everything is labeled and numbered. So in case of need, it's easy to take care of needs in terms of electrical system. That is the same for AC, so we'll not go there. And here instead, we go to, the owner suite, if you wish, convenient drawer. Again, we will see we have used every inch of space on the 26 meter. And what I would like you to see is also how pieces of art, so a very abstract, if you wish, design, which Achille Casalvagni incorporated in many areas of the boat, here also serves a technical purpose, because during navigation you might be through some rough weather here, and here is a very good, very solid way to hold on top of this beautiful handrail on the side. So my descent or ascent to the wheelhouse is extremely safe. You stay there because here we take a look at this while we mention it. This is the audio video US package for a 26 meter. Look at this. It's all Sonos and Apple TV based, as you can see. And of course, DirecTV with the SAT TV antennas on the Flybridge, and Fusion for music distribution, specifically on the outdoor. That's why this is the brain which controls the outdoor music as well. And of course, then you have the internet on board as well. So this is the full US package, very redundant, and all top quality components, subwoofer and speakers everywhere, very high power speakers on the outside. So this entire area, if you think about it, is dedicated to the audio video on board. And here, finally, we go to something spectacular, which is the owner suite. And this is part of the miracle of this new 26 meter, because again, to put 5 cabins and an owner suite on the main deck, full beam, in 26 meter package has been a real challenge for our technical department, and they have been able to achieve it in a phenomenal way. So look at the size again. I don't want to repeat myself, but you see them everywhere. Look at the side of this window. Of course, natural ventilation here as well. And now turn on the other side and look at that. Imagine to be at the anchor in the Bahamas, in Sardinia, in Indonesia, in New Zealand, wherever, in beautiful places where a boat like this belongs. And now look at what you're looking at when you are in your own bed, in your own room. So it's simply fantastic. Details of design, lamps, you will see. Not only they are designed specifically, as I said, by Achille for this model, but they're also different from the starboard side to the port side. He didn't repeat. He creates a different mood for different size and different view. Here, if you turn around, you will see this beautiful full-size mirror. In this particular instance, I purposely, I hope you see it in the video, I left the TV on behind, because this is a mirror. When the TV is on, of course, shows true, and when the TV is off, instead becomes just a mirror, so you don't see the ugly appliance as a TV is, but you see the image when you want to. Beautiful little cabinet. When you have a couple of shelves here, again, audio video, this is a subwoofer for this area, and we have storage under the bed, very easy to access on both sides here. And this is, of course, is a full king with a residential size mattress thickness and pillowcase. So full size, king size bed here. And look at this. This is a beautiful piece of art, again, fully designed by Achille Casalvagni. It's a vanity. This is actually my setup, because before shooting the video I was dealing with some work, and I said, you know what? For once, I will have the best office in the world. And look at this. I was here and I was in heaven. This was my iPad, and imagine if you have to do some work, this could be your desk for the day, or when the lady need to do makeup. And this, of course, is the vanity, room for makeup here, adjustable mirror here, perfect light coming from there. So, of course, is a vanity. Now we need to show some storage, because I'm sure you wonder, okay, but where do I put all my clothes? So if you turn around, I'm gonna close this to make it easier for us. So first cabinet is here. Beautiful shelf, hanging bar throughout all the way down there, so you can even have long gowns there, perfectly fit. Again, while we are at it, you will see access, very easy access to fan coil air conditioning system for cleaning and service. No tools. So this is closet number 1. Then we have closet number 2 here. Shelves and hanging bar, which here clearly has not been installed yet, but there is an hanging bar here for gowns. Safe, storage here, shelf. And here there is what we dedicate to technical space actually, but it can also be is a very big area where that you see, for instance, is called a UPS. And in case you lose power from the shore or generator, that is what provides power to the entire audio-video system until you get power back. What that means is that when you, for instance, when you disconnect the shore power cable because you're ready to go cruising and you pass on to generator, that will be a moment where the boat will have no AC power on, right? So if you're watching a movie or you're listening to AC-powered music, that for that second will lose signal, everything will turn off, and then you need to put everything back on. Because of that, you don't need to do that. You can that blackout split second or moments between shore power and generator passages are all backed up by that component right there. But as you can see, you have a lot of extra room here for instance, suitcases will be a perfect space to put it, or as I said, extra cases of water, extra supply. So it's a very, convenient amount of space. And then we move to this side where we're going to see some other storage, but we also talk a little bit about the design idea, because in order to give this cabin the feeling and the amount of space that gives, that was a decision that we took and spent countless hours around the design table to decide if it was the right thing to do or not. And we ended up doing it. We are all very pleased, meaning that this is technically a head. This is the beginning of a bathroom. So here there should be, or there could be, an actual bulkhead with a door. And you would have killed the space of this cabin. Instead, we decided to make it luxurious, to make it important, to make it beautiful, and to leave it open. And we think that it came out fantastic. So here you have a very beautiful, of course, drawer chest, where every drawer is divided in 3. So when the boat moves, you don't have things go all over the place. This is ×3. Beautiful artistic shape window, of course, with blackout and curtains coming down. And then here you have storage. So another hanging bar, of course, drawers, access to the air conditioning unit. I will not torture you with another one. And the shelves here. So this is, again, storage. In this particular unit, they have selected the option of a bidet, which you can see here. So this will be the toilet room, of course, which, of course, grant full privacy, all through the dedicated door that can be locked, obviously. So they have selected the option of a bidet. If you would not have the bidet, this will be closed and this will become a storage unit. Look at this. Beautiful sink. This is all natural marble, both on the floors as well as on the top of the sink. So this is real marble, unlike the Galley, where you don't want real marble. This is real marble. And then, of course, you have his and hers drawers here, beautiful shelf there, shelves here on the side, a beautiful mirror. And we have opted for one sink, one oversized sink, to grant his and hers counter space, his and her soap. And we think that the overall combination came out very nice. And also the sink is oversized, but each one has his own areas of countertop. And then, of course, all suite shower, which as usually we want to show the ergonomics, if you wish. So, of course, a rain shower. And look at the amount of space how I can move. Of course, you have your telephone shower here as well, if you need it. Controls, shampoo holders and soap holders here. Extraction system there. Beautiful natural marble wall, so details carried all the way to the shower. And then again, look at the amount of natural light that you have, where, of course, you can create privacy. You know, in case you will be showering, for instance, where we are right now, you probably don't want this to be on, but instead, if you are in the wild, why not? You can enjoy beauty and nature while taking a shower as well. I would say, Josh, we can migrate down to the lower deck, where we have another 4 cabins to look at. So this is the owner suite. Of course, we have shades, blackout. So when you put down the blackout, which will be sliding through this track right here, there is completely no light coming in the cabin. So now, remember, we came from the galley. We were coming up this way. We did the helm. We go down this way. We went to the owner suite. And here instead, going aft, we go down to the guest quarters. I will open this for you just so you can take a look at it. It's a very convenient storage compartment for the night to leave some supplies for the guest, towels, sheets. So a very convenient piece of storage. And here I will start probably from what is my personal favorite cabin, which is this one. This is a VIP, basically. Instead of having 2 guests and 2 VIP, the 26 really features 3 VIP and 1 guest. This is a VIP, but this is a very clever VIP. You already probably understood why. So first of all, look at the natural light and natural ventilation from that while I prepare the area here to show you that how smart this is, because with really, look at the amount of moves I'm doing, all with my hands, no effort of any kind. You simply grab this, take it off, put it here, it's held in place by magnet, and then you simply slide this bed on top of that area, and there you go. And you have created now, in a matter of 3 seconds, I have created a twin. So this is why this cabin is very, very clever. You have a couple of friends, of course, you put the beds together, and instead, you know, it's going to be friends which are a couple, not a couple of friends. And if you have a couple of friends instead, you put them in 2 separate beds in a matter of probably 3 seconds. Audio, video, always behind the mirror. So this beautiful setup here. Behind here, there is a TV, same old story. When you turn it on, you see it. When it's not on, you see a beautiful window. Here, we go through storage. With beautiful hanging bar, shelves, a drawer here. Access to technical space here. This is so easy that I can't resist. So you take off this panel right here with one end, and there is your air conditioning unit for maintenance, service, and cleaning. And the same goes for all the bilge access. You just have to, of course, pick up the carpet, which I will not waste your time doing now, but all the bilge access is very, very easy. While you're there, Josh, I will show you only on one. Both are working the same. Store the amount of storage under each bed. This is all storage under each of the 2 beds. There is storage available. So, of course, the nightstands have drawers and storage. And here there is the in-suite bed. This might be a little awkward. Maybe come this way first. No problem. And this is the first VIP head. Same finishing in terms of marble of the owner suite. Very roomy, very spacey. I mean, the ergonomics are great. I have storage, big nice drawer here, shelves here. These are the towels that we provide. Beautiful mirror, full size. And again, shelves and storage. Actually, to give you an idea, I will not do that. But in order to access the system which are behind that panel, you just take off these shelves. You see, they're removable like in a house. And then open that panel and you access electrical systems or technical components behind those panels, again, with no tools. The key is that when you want to work on board or access areas which are in my need of service, you want to be able to do it just to check with no need of tools. Then if you need tools, you bring them in, but at least you can open and close without the need of tools. Look at this shower. I mean, let me just close. So we got the real ergonomics idea. Rain shower. I'm 6 feet, so look at also the amount of space that you have, and look at the ergonomics. I'm perfectly comfortable. For girls, you have a bench, so they like to shave their legs here. Perfect position here. And natural ventilation, natural air, telephone shower, and the ergonomics are simply perfect. I don't feel any different than the shower in my house. Another thing that we want to show is actually, and this applies to all, is how easy it is to access drainage. That is the first cause of gray water pump issues, drainage issues, shower overflowing, is simply that people don't clean their air filters there enough, and that we cannot make it easier than this. That is how you access it. You clean it, you take your air off, and then you put this down, and you're done. Just like that. I think we can go across the hallway into this guest, because this is a very full cabin, meaning that, of course, you have two very comfortable beds. They are the same size of the others. So, as usual, I give you a physical demonstration. So, perfect bed. I can spend countless nights here. I have my dedicated audio video. And also here you have the bonus feature that we always put in the American spec, which is the Pullman bed. So now you're talking about, for instance, a couple of guests. You give them that VIP cabin with the beds combined, and then they have 3 kids, and you put them here, and this is a perfect cabin for the 3 kids with the additional 3rd bed, which when you don't need it, you just put it up, and off it goes, completely closed. Here we take a look at a little bit of storage. You know, hanging bar, drawer, shelves, storage, access to technical space, same as we have seen before in the other one, so we're gonna not go through it again. And you have also storage under each of the beds. Right here, vented, so this is very important. So whatever you put in there is vented. There is airflow. You don't want moisture, you don't want to seal things under a bed like this on a boat. So they're all vented, they're all cut off. And this applies to both, the beds. And then we can take a look at the head real quick, but it's water, so you can also have a feeling. Same finishing, so we'll not repeat that. I'll just give you an idea of the ergonomics, because showers, maybe in the video, they might look small. So with the person inside, you have a real feeling. And perfectly locked, perfectly sealed with the gasket. And again, I can move around with no problem. Same features, bench, natural air, natural ventilation. Also in the guest cabin, which of the 4 cabins of the lower deck is the smallest, if you wish. And now we go forward here. We're gonna do only one, so don't waste your time, because they're perfectly symmetrical. So these are the 2 after VIPs. This is the widest part, if you wish, of the boat. That's why they are here. And let's do this one while we are here. And you can see that here you have a little bit more room on the side of the beds versus the more forward VIP, but that's about it. That is a very generous VIP cabin with the versatility of the sliding beds. This is a more traditional VIP. You have your full storage cabinetry here. Again, drawer, access to technical spaces, shelf, hanging bar there. Then you have a lot of storage under your bed, including, that is the audio video rack only for this cabin, a mini rack for this cabin, subwoofer. So that, again, go back to what we said before. This unit has a phenomenal audio video system, really is like a top-notch house audio video system. Television behind the mirror. We don't want to repeat too much ourselves. Details from Achille Salvagni. So this is a beautiful little storage where you can put books, magazines, the newspaper of the day. So little details. Nightstands with drawers. Very conveniently located electrical sockets, obviously, to recharge your phone. Full blackout system in the entire lower deck as well. These white racks right here is where the blackout comes down, or you have Roman shades coming down. Natural light, natural ventilation, head. Beautiful shower. Now here we're talking about oversize. So again, my dynamics, perfect. Natural light, natural ventilation, and all I need, no constraint of any kind. And of course, we have a storage everywhere. So you have your drawer here, you have a drawer here, you have a drawer here, and you have a shell down there. Okay? So, and also those 3 shells with the mirror behind over there. Full-size mirror, natural marble. And look at the beauty of these bathroom accessories that they selected. Very, very chic, very beautiful. And I would say that we're down with the lower deck. We will skip this. This is exactly identical to the other. And I could maybe look at the details of the light work. So each of the step is backlit with LED. And also another details which might pass unseen is this. Everything that you see on this boat is curved when it comes to wood. And that is much more complicated, much more expensive to do than doing a simple 90 degrees angle. So we could have come down 90 degrees and go in and create a 90-degree angle. It would not give you that effect of flowing. This is where Italian design and in the specific Azimut design comes into place. You need to be able to look and find all the little details which makes the difference. Hence, is more effort to design, is more effort to build, is more expensive, but at the end, the flow is completely different. Now, everything here you see is round, even coming up. This, look at this. Everything has some round shaping, which again, in woodwork is something complex to do. It's more difficult, but rewarding. Look at this. Again, everywhere you see. This is much more complex to build and to manufacture than it would be 2 pieces of 90 degree, like most of competition. And probably most people wouldn't notice, but I'm sure that the people who buys Azimut and design and build Azimut, we do notice, we live for these kind of details. Now let's go back again this way, because I want to show you an area which doesn't have to be underestimated at all, which is the crew quarters and the crew mess. So we were in the galley, now we go down this way. Remember to go to the owner, we went that way, and then left and forward. Now we go this way from the galley or from the helm, so this is technical space, and we go down to the crew quarters. So you will notice this door, which means that if they want to, they can close it and create privacy for themselves and for the owners. Little panel here, if you wonder what it is, again, very easy access to air conditioning for maintenance and service. And then you just put it in place, press the button. Like, oh, look at down here. Here we're basically getting into a condo on the boat. So here you have a beautiful crew mess, which is very generous in place. You have full entertainment in here as well as in each of the 2 cabins. They have dedicated TVs. You have plenty of storage. Each one of these cabinets is full storage for ×2 here, storage under here. There is a very big, nice storage under the entire sofa, just to give you an idea. So look at the amount of storage that they have. Actually, this goes the other way around, so it might retain the pillow through this Velcro. I guess whomever put it there maybe didn't know, and so this doesn't move. And you have the same under this. And again, they have their own refrigerator right here, microwave, tons of storage to keep snacks and any sort of need. Look at the volume here in this area alone. So again, they are not able to cook completely a meal down here if you wish. We require the galley with the cooktop and the oven, but they can definitely close that door, have a snack, have a cold drink, spend their time enjoy, relax, watch TV, watch a movie without interfering with the owners and their going on. And then here, because of the package, a 26-meter Grande is basically a mega yacht in a content package, if you wish. And this will be a laundry. This is really set up as a laundry. So you have perfect storage on top of every one of the two machines, which, by the way, are Miele dryer and washer, so top German brand. And here you have a room for all cleaning supplies, everything that you can imagine that technically goes in here. But also here, for all your bottles of the soaps and so on and so forth, and softener and so on and so forth, on both sides of the machines, you have this. And now, bonus room. This is technically a technical space, but look at the amount of space and room you have here. This boat just came in from Italy. It's brand new, so there's still boxes here. They haven't been able to fully commission it yet. But this gives you an idea of the amount of volume. This is technical space. Those are all the manifolds to control the fresh water distribution through the entire boat. And they're not things that you're gonna play with or mess with on a constant basis. Very rarely, if you need to really isolate an area, then you come here and turn it on and off. But other than that, you leave them the way they are for months or years sometimes. So you can definitely use and build up this place. You can set up shelves. The crew can make it in the way is better fit for their usage or the usage of their owners. And so this is very big volume of space. Is a cambusa, we call it in Italian. I don't know the word in English, but it's a very, very important amount of space. Going to the cabin here, captain cabin. Look at this. Look at the size of this bed. I want to show it to you because it's totally worth it. In this oversized and captain sleeping well is very important. So look at the size of this bed. In terms of length, width is, this actually would be one of my favorite beds on board, actually. Storage, hanging bar for shirts and uniform, shelves. You have storage behind me here. Big, nice volume on both sides. And then you have, of course, storage under the mattress for bulky items, vented. Look at the amount of storage you have here. And that is access to the air conditioning unit, as usual, but look at this volume. Storage here. And here, actually, because of captains, sometimes they need to maybe do some computer work and privacy. We put a little bit of a table that you can put up, sit here, and do some, you want to do a FaceTime call with the kids at home, whatever. He can have his own privacy, close the door, and have a little bit of a workstation here. And then when you don't need it, you put it down, and off she goes. Dedicated audio video, as you can understand, that's DirecTV. Natural light, natural ventilation. The exact same applies to this cabin, where you have instead two bunk beds, equally comfortable, to be honest. So again, no problem to demonstrate it. And here, is a perfect way to show the size and convenience of this bed. Storage. Access to air conditioning unit. Again, I will not repeat myself, but very easy. Just pull it out, electrical switch, and this is the upper bank of the second crew quarters cabin. So for a total of three, a captain and a mate and a deckhand, or whatever they please. So this will be the crew quarters, like the bathroom. Head of the crew, very important. Look at the amount of room. Extremely roomy. Storage actually everywhere. There is a nice volume of storage there, natural light and natural ventilation here too, so natural light, natural ventilation, storage here, and a beautiful shower, this time obviously with the curtain to provide them with a little bit more room to move around. But once you close the curtain is completely, perfectly isolated. And here, my shower. Again, my shower ergonomics are actually fine. You have two hooks here for towels. Nothing special, but again, very, very roomy, very generous. I don't feel constrained. It's a convenient head. On a boat like this, sometimes they can spend 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time out at sea. So you want to give them this kind of comfort level, and especially a little bit of privacy to both. So the crew and the owners, they both need privacy from each other. And this actually is the perfect layout to guarantee that. Another way to guarantee privacy while we're passing are these doors. Because now imagine that you have the door right next to you is closed. That door of the galley is closed. So you come here, close that. I close this. The bulkhead here is closed. So now this became full technical space. I have the crew dealing with the galley. The crew quarters are there. They need to go out to do something. You don't want them to pass through the salon where the owner maybe is watching a movie, is taking a nap, is reading a book, whatever he's doing. So this door is exactly served that purpose. You open this door, and now you can go and get on the outside from the galley without interfering at all with the life of the owners on board. While we walk these sidewalks, again, look at the amount of glass. Look at the beauty of this piece of glass. Look at the height and width of the sidewalking. Look at the strength and design of the handrail. You have your side boarding gates here on both sides. Very, very useful for the US. So here where you put a side boarding ladder to get on and off the boat from the sides, as typically we do here in the US. And here you come into what is one of the, I don't even know if I want to say one of the best area on the boat, because they're all very fantastic. We'll wait and see the flybridge or the bow. So they're all one equal to the other. But this cockpit incorporate a feature which is very, very clever and is right here. First of all, this cockpit is 180 square feet, 18 square meters of space in this cockpit. And this is thanks to this. This is technically the garage door. And we'll see the garage later. This is the garage door. This is one of those where we thought we have boats passing by, people having fun. And this is one of those where we thought, why we didn't think about it before? We just give a door a purpose, basically. So now when this platform goes down, clearly closes the garage. But then when you are at the dock or at the anchor, you bring it up and look how much extra space you are creating in your cockpit. This is walkable, super solid. You can put chairs. We have chairs here which goes to the table in case of dining. You can put those inflatable nice chair that you put on the sides here with a coffee table in the middle. Look at the amount of extra space this very clever design provides, right? And then we have also wanted to innovate. And so we put the bench, the cockpit dining table and bench, we put them on a longitudinal axle. Typically on a boat like this, you would have a C-shaped sofa here, a table right there, and when you're sitting there, you basically are looking at the door. You're looking at yourself at the door. Instead, with this kind of layout, now imagine you're moving, you're navigating, you're at the anchor in a beautiful place. Look how much your landscape changes. Instead of being like this, looking at myself in a door, now I'm sitting here and I have, 270 degrees of beauty in front of me. So those are the clever thing that you go like, why we didn't think about it before? And thank God we did. Materials of all the exterior top and table, synthetic. And you can see the amazing work that they do. They are able to create a trim, but it's seamless. So you don't feel anything. I hope my hand gives you the feeling and the idea. So there is a trim, so it gives that very rich feeling. The look is of a natural stone with a natural stone trim, but it's not. This is all synthetic, man-made, so fully resistant to anything and conserve the beautiful look. Now we switch. You come here, I go there, and this is your cockpit bar where you're gonna have your trash here, recycle bin and trash, ice maker there. And so once you close these two doors, they completely disappear. Goes without saying, American package audio video involves a TV in the cockpit. And here you have a full-size bar, where actually here you have another refrigerator right here. for cold drinks here. You have a sink right here where you pop up hot and cold water, obviously, and then when you don't need it, is actually go down and become, and then you have same material, a beautiful bar banquet. So this bar designed to serve the cockpit as well as the beach area. Conveniently located USB sockets. People always want to have their phone charged, so most likely it will be phone hanging out here, and electrical socket in case you have a blender or something to do cocktail. So very cleverly located electrical socket. On this side, we have a little bit of a storage / emergency system. So those are the levers that you use to engage manual bilge pump in case of need. And this is actually a very clever way to control your battery switches. So right now we have our service battery switch on and all the others are off. And what that means is that when you leave the boat, you just turn this switch off, and you don't need to go and shut off all the lights on board and so on and so forth. From this switch, you can put everything on and off at once when you leave or when you come on board. I would say while we are here, well, let's talk about this for a second. Of course, this is the option, American version here. You can start and stop your engine and control your maneuvering joystick. So this is called the Cockpit docking station. It's an option that, of course, we have put on our US package option boat, and when it's done is disappear under this beautiful panel. Then we go up to the Flybridge. And by the way, the entire deck house as well as the garage door that we just walk onto are all built in carbon fiber. And the reason is that we can offer the same volumes with much less weight, okay? So what that means is we don't use carbon fiber to enhance performance at all. Typically, people tend to connect carbon fiber to a sports car, a sport motorcycle, speed. For us, it's actually the other way around. We use carbon fiber so we can make very big surfaces containing the weight and therefore containing the power that we need to move the boat, therefore the fuel consumption and the emissions. So we use carbon fiber basically to burn less fuel and produce less emission and provide more space. In this Flybridge, which by the way is 500 square feet, this is 50 square meters of Flybridge in 26 meters of yacht, which is unheard of. And look at it. Actually, if you come here, Josh, just take a shot from here all the way down to the back, and you can see how long and how wide this Flybridge is and what can offer. Maybe you stay here and I can talk. So again, dining for 10 people. Look at the length, look at the depth, look at the size of this sofa. Look at the seating, the ergonomics, how comfortable, how deep this cushion is. Look at my ergonomics. This is perfect. This is a sofa, it's not a bench. And the same table material as downstairs. You have your folding Italian design Cassina chairs for Azimut Yachts. Here you can see Cassina exclusive edition for Azimut Yachts. Again, talking about details, to involve a major brands, Italian design brand, and have them make chairs for you is something that means that you're thinking about all details of design. Then we go aft. On this unit, of course, the American package cannot miss the double canyon barbecue grill with beautiful storage underneath. Right now it's pretty empty. The crew will set it up with whatever they need in order to have the full barbecue kit always available. Beautiful night lamp which disappears, so if you cook at night, it gives you some extra light, and then when you're done you put it down. And look at this beautiful countertop for preparation before putting things on and off the grill. Goes without saying, in these particular units, they selected the hot tub option. And then we have beautiful sunbathing, which I actually will show you on one only, but they are all the same. Look at the amount, again, the amount of storage that you have here. In case you wonder what that is a telescopic ladder, in which we provide with every Azimut yacht. And what that does in case you need to go on top of the hardtop to do some maintenance. And the most important thing would be to work on your navigation lights, for instance, if they need to. We want to ensure that our clients or our crew go up there in the safest possible way, so they don't improvise. We provide them with a safety telescopic ladder and those two hooks that you see right here. If you wonder what they are, because it will be a proper wonder, these two hooks is where you put the ladder, and then you can go and climb on top of the hardtop in full safety to do whatever you gotta do here. Full bar, nice, beautiful. Look at the volume of the storage. Beautiful amount of storage here, that then once it's closed, it disappears. Two stools, really full size, very convenient, very comfortable. You can spend hours here chit-chatting, owners and friends there, here. I mean, look at this. This is a space designed to spend time. I have a beautiful breeze, so it was a good call to do the interior first. Josh will now do the exterior because it's a little bit less hot. And here you have what you would expect from any bar. So refrigerator here. So let's count. We have the galley refrigerator, the extra galley refrigerator, the cockpit refrigerator, and the Flybridge refrigerator here. And now here, if I remember correctly, storage. And here will be your ice maker right here. So you have an ice maker in the cockpit and another ice maker on the Flybridge. God forbid you to go downstairs to grab ice. Same concept of the sink, hidden, a little bit of a different faucet. This actually come up and goes down like this. And then when you don't need it, you put it down. Look at the amount of countertop here, really full, nice, beautiful bar. Here is what would be your storage, but also your TV cabinet. On this particular unit, they didn't order a TV on the Flybridge. I think there are enough TVs on board, so they left the Flybridge for view and spending good time. But here you see this cut. This is a predisposition in case whomever buys it wanna put a TV in, is already done. And this has an eye-low and comes up and down with the TV inside this piece of cabinet. Beautiful area here to hang out. Again, we have owners which likes to navigate and use their boat and control their boat. And look at the amount of space here. You can really create a lounging area. We even offer a little coffee table which goes here. They didn't want it on this unit, can be ordered and installed in a heartbeat if he's wanted to. But that gives you an idea of the conviviality is if an owner likes to be around the captain which drive the boat, or if he likes to drive the boats and want his friends around him. Look at the amount of space, cup holders everywhere. This is really a beautiful lounging area in the shade with a beautiful breeze. And then of course the helm. We kind of gonna cut it a little short because basically it's just a replica of what we have seen downstairs. You know, you have two screens instead of three. That's the only difference, I would say, because you have your engine display here versus downstairs. You're gonna see them through one of the three screens. Here you have your equipment control, autopilot. This unit specifically is equipped with a Seakeeper for stabilization. We offer the 26-meter with both, either Seakeeper or fins. This has been selected with Seakeeper. We'll see the Seakeeper 35 down in the engine room, which is a beast. This is your trim control, that the feature that we saw downstairs in the display here can be controlled either from here or from his own touchboard here. And you know, I think control, everything is basically the same as downstairs. Thruster, searchlight control, so all your expected, if you wish. Of course, a beautiful hardtop, all made in carbon fiber. And this is the opening awning, which you actually open and close from this button right here. And as you can see now, I always say, don't think about opening this during the day in Florida where it's 95 degrees and you're cooking yourself. Imagine you're having a beautiful dinner at night, beautiful sky, full of stars, full moon. Now is when you want to make sure that this is open and you enjoy the beauty of the stars under, basically a dinner under the stars, because if you open it all, look at the amount of opening you have, and that's simply fantastic. I would say that we go to the bow, which is equally entertaining, to then close with the engine room on our way back, and last but not least, for sure, the garage and the swim platform. So bow, this is the other side door. Remember, in the galley there is that door to come out, and now there is a door also here. So this is more used for the guests or owners. They want to come out without passing through the salon. And this is our bow. Not much to, I mean, it speaks on its own and for itself. Beautiful lounging area here. Look at the amount of people you can have sitting here. Again, at night with a beautiful sky of stars, or during the day, you see those little bases right here, those round bases right there. You will see them throughout. You're gonna see 6 of them because they're designed to hold the carbon fiber poles and a beautiful bimini which goes on top. So you can have shade here during the day if you want to, or you can have sunbathing here. But this will be my personal favorite place at sunset / night at the anchor, so no mosquitoes bothering you. Your nice pillow here, your feet on the table, a beautiful cocktail, maybe a cigar, friends, and yeah, life, tough life. So this is your lounging area of the bow. Again, we have the beautiful entertaining, good look at that at night. And this is sunbathing. Sunbathing, this very clever with this simple retaining pillow. It goes down, now it's locked on the other side, but this goes down and becomes a headrest for the sunbathing, or comes up and becomes backrest for this side of the sofa. If you don't need to have it down to sunbathe, because you can always, so you can have people lounging there and people sunbathing here at the same exact time. Your music is on, cup holders for your drinks. Again, life on this 26 meters seems to be tougher and tougher. Going here to, this is another of those carbon fiber poles. And beautiful bosom locker, if you wish. Very convenient, the crew will love this. Very generous space, of course, firefighting system there. A little bit of an oversized bell there. And that's mandatory supply, by the way, in Europe, that's why it's there. And beautiful storage, right? So anchor winch, and here, as we always like to take a look at technical spaces, well, here you need a handle, which is probably here, but I actually don't know where, yeah, there. So just to show the, all right. This is beautiful storage for your chain and for your fenders. So very big, very deep, very convenient to store things that you don't want hanging around, and and then once you're done, you put it back here in his retaining spots. You see, I didn't even know where it was, but logic, that means good design. I find it in a second and I operate it in a second. So let's go back this way. You have a symmetrical storage compartment here on both sides for covers, drinks. And now we go down. And we're gonna go down to the engine room. Hopefully there's not too much noise from that pressure washer, but they're doing a very important, why don't you come, you wanna come? They're doing a very important job. Sure. Here we go down to the engine room. Traditional entrance with ladders, so tons of holding points, very safe. So engine room. Engine room, as I said before, MAN 12V, 12 cylinders V, as you can see, 6 per side, and 1550 horsepower each, connected to what we'll take a look at later, but you can see it probably from there, that white metal in the lower there, that's the head of the pod. You see under that aluminum platform, there is the shaft which connects the engine to the pod, and that's the head of the pod where the clutches stays to engage forward and reverse. And then underwater, you have the pod. Another advantage of the pod propulsion that you see here specifically is that the propulsion line can be significantly shorter, because remember, you don't have rudders anymore. In the standard configuration, you will have the engines the same as this, just on a much higher angle. So this space will be much less because the engine will be on an angle. Then you will have a gearbox approximately there, and then you will have a shaft getting out of the boat, where the propeller is connected to the shaft, and then you will have a rudder behind the propeller. So that this amount of space will be significantly longer to accommodate a traditional propulsion system. What that means? That means that the guests and crew accommodation will be dramatically smaller, because whatever space you take away from here, you put it there, and vice versa. So that's another advantage of the propulsion system with pods that is very clear. When you're here, you understand it. This engine room for 1,550 horsepower, if you're familiar with engine room and that's where you've been all your life, you see that this is way shorter than the way you're used to. And that's thanks to the pod propulsion. Without further ado, Seakeeper 35, that we mentioned before. Look at that beast. And again, we offer the 26-meter boat with fins or Seakeeper, so customer can select either or. Excuse for the noise, maybe I'll stay a little bit far away, but pumps are doing their job. This is the air conditioning system, but also what I want you to see is full redundancy. So those two pumps right there, which I am indicating right there, they are black and gray water, and they can be used either or. So if you have one going bad, you still have the other. Those two pumps right there are fresh water. One is AC power, the other one is DC power. So if one goes bad or one source of power goes bad, you can use the other, always have water. Those two pumps right there, they are the chill water and the raw water pump of the air conditioning system. Those are pumps which work specifically in Florida 24/7, 365 days of the year. So they need service. You see, this is the only pump which right now is running non-stop. The other pumps are all sleeping. That one is running non-stop, those two. So they need service. Purposely, we position them in a very easy spot where they can be serviced, accessed, replaced, and maintained. Generators, we said it before, two. There's one here, one on the other side. 32 kW each. Consider that the average apartment in Europe is fed by 3 kW. Each one of these can feed 10 European apartments times 2. So the amount of generated power that you have on the 26-meter can feed the 20 apartments in a building in Europe. Okay, so I think you shouldn't have any power problem. Here you have your battery charger, Master Volt, best brand on the market. Another freshwater manifold control unit. This is the air conditioning electronic control unit. Air conditioning compressors here. You have your Glendending cable master all the way down there in the corner. That's to retrieve, we'll see it later, but that's what handles your shore power cable, which are very, very heavy and thick. So it's all done automatically. That is your generator exhaust system, ventilations right here, and of course underwater exhaust of the engine going in that big box right there. So this is the exhaust insulated, so it's safe. You can touch it when the engines are running, and then goes down there, get mixed with water in the riser, and then you have the exhaust going underwater, so there is no noise and no soot on the boat. This is your main electrical panel for the DC power. So this is all your batteries, the same level that we saw in the monitoring system are all duplicated here. These are all your main breaker on the DC side, and that right there is the same for your AC side. So here you have all your value you have 2 shore power inlet and 2 generators. So each one has his own screen which gives you all the information frequency, power, voltage, amperage draw, and so on and so forth. Each of these gives you information, and from here you control. This is the main distribution panel. From this panel you give power to the other panels, which give power to the components on board. On that side, I would say all the way down there is your hydraulic units. Very accessible. Actually, you stay there. I go there because I want them to see how easy at the end is to go work. So you come here, and these, first of all, look at the amount of space I have here. I mean, and here, which again can be also used by an engineer on board. Here is where I would build, for instance, rack for my spare parts and so on and so forth. So they're off the way. I would even hang things here. So this is a volume that you can really, on both sides, use for parts and for technical stuff that I always recommend to do. But these are your hydraulic packs. So these controls the gangway, the garage door, the swim platform. These are all controlled by this unit, each one independently. And sometimes you might have issues on the control board. If you know what you're doing, all of these solenoids can also be operated manually through these buttons right here. So you can actually make things work as long as you read the manuals, document yourself a little bit, know what you're doing. You can actually get out of an emergency through this unit fairly easy. And here is when you put a handle, and you can also pump the hydraulic manually from here in case you lose power. Conveniently located lights. So if you need to work, you can position the lights anywhere. And while you're here, this is the head of the pod. You see, this is the perimeter of the pods. So the pod is under here. We're underwater right here. And this is the head where the clutch engaging forward, neutral, reverse is located inside here. And this is a PTO, which takes a hydraulic power and give it to a thruster. And again, this is the pod unit. And you see the boat here is over. This is the stern. There's no rudder space needed to waste. So that's what we talked about before. And I would say let's get out and go to the aft. So we take a look at the garage and the platform. So while we were in the technical spaces, let me give you a little bit of a technical infos. For instance, speed, the 26 meters at 26, 27 knots, wide open. 23, 24 knots cruising, has a 380 miles of range at cruising speed. So that's again comes with the so much lower fuel consumption. We're able to way past the 350 miles range at cruising speed, which you wouldn't be able to do with the same boat without using carbon fiber, without developing a proper hull, without propulsion. You would be for sure under the 300 miles range when it would be coming off standard layout. So innovation here also produce extra enjoyment, extra range. You can go further with the same amount of fuel. And before calling it a day, because that's what we talked about it before in the engine room, look at the size and weight of this shore power cable, which of course can be reeled in electrically from the Glendinning that we saw in the engine room. And this gives you an idea. So behind these curtains, there is a garage which can host a Williams 415, 4 meter and 15 centimeters of tenders, safely stored in the garage. And this platform goes up and down with a 1,000-pound capacity. So you can have a 415 Williams in the garage and a 3-seater jet ski full size on the platform, both in this area. So I would say, again, here you see, probably here is a very good view of the length and amount of space that this deck-to-deck option offers. And I think, Josh, we are done. And thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any question, call your Azimut dealer or reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any question you have. Thank you.